You wouldn't show up to a first date or a job interview not looking your best. The same is true when you talk about taking photography of your lawn care and landscaping projects. So today we're going to give you the tips to make you look your best. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up? It's Chad with Landscape Leadership. I'm here today with my friend Mike Maville, who takes a lot of photos for our clients all in the lawn care and landscape industry. Today, we are following up in a series of videos that we've shot about photography. We're talking today about staging and props. They're two very, very important components to make sure that these properties just look their absolute best. In earlier videos, we talked about, pre-staging, meaning before the shoot, getting the property ready, having mulch and pulling the weeds and doing all that stuff. So today I want to talk about, okay, what are the things that you and I've run into? Like, we're on location. The properties were supposedly good last week. And also all the other little items that we ask our clients to bring along with them, the props, the things that are just the icing on the cake, the amazing things that pull great images off. So let's talk about some of the things, what has happened when we show up to some of these shoots.
Yeah, hi. One of the first things is we always ask people, like, get the property looking, spick and span, in its best. And most of the time people just think, okay, mow the lawn. Mm-hmm. And that's literally where it stops half the time. So a lot of the times, even just filling in mulch is a pretty simple one. Yeah. And then once you fill in that mulch, actually cleaning it off walkways.
Yeah.
And
it's amazing, the little details. even with mowing a lawn, there's like a perfect time to do it. Like, I know even within the lawn care, like there are clients that just treat lawns. Like, don't mow it just the day before. Yeah, give it like 2 days before, so you get a little bit of top growth. That's interesting. You talk about lawn care clients. Some of our clients that's all they do. They treat lawns, and they don't take care of the rest of the landscape, and they might have no clue about what it looks like. So I often recommend, who are those fussy customers? The ones that you treat the lawn, but the rest of the place looks great the rest of the time. Because I remember we've showed up to places, there was a dead tree. It was a gorgeous lawn, but there's a dead tree in the front lawn. So you have to think past what you actually do and look at the property as a whole.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's a really good point. Looking past what you do. Because, sometimes if I'm photographing for something else, say it's a food client, we are looking more past the food as to props to go around the food, like, napkins and tables and things like that. So the same is true with lawn and landscape places. Like, you can't just look at the actual project part that you did. Yeah. So you kind of have to look at everything around it and look at the bigger picture, because all of that other stuff helps enhance what you did, right? No matter if you did it or not. So I think, making sure, that little bushes and trees are trimmed here and there, and making sure walkways and driveways are blown off from grass clippings or mulch, things like that. Just simple things that, if you go out the day before a photo shoot, you can kind of take care of those things, or just, they're there and you have to show up early to kind of take care of them beforehand, or ask your homeowner to take care of, or whatever it takes to get it done. So we're not wasting extra time during what's supposed to be the photo shoot to try and get that done. I showed up to a house one time for an architecture client, and we told the homeowner a week beforehand, make sure all your leaves are, not in your grass.
I remember those images.
And it was during the fall. We knew there were going to be leaves. And we're like, yes, the day before we'll take care of it. Yeah. The homeowner was going to take care of it. Show up with a yard full of leaves. We did not have time because we were shooting early morning and the earth doesn't stop rotating. It's my little line. So we had to shoot it because the sun was moving.
It steals focus. Like, you're trying to focus on this amazing house in that respect. And the lawn care nerd in me is going, didn't you tell that guy to clean up those leaves? You're like, yes, I told him. You know, I think about that too. Like even our clients do a really great job of going out the week before, mulching the place, pulling on the weeds, make sure the shrubs are trimmed. But there are those situations that we run into the day of, and you mentioned there, like go out the day before, because we had properties that, you know, they looked great a week before. Our client talked to the homeowner and they said, yup, they're great. They're on vacation. You can go do your thing. And then we show up and we spent 45 minutes, two of us, 45 minutes cleaning the place up just so we could take a picture of it, because there's little leaves everywhere. Maybe the weather that night before, there was a wind and rain and stuff came down. So
there's plugs and little things sitting on the grill and stuff like, I don't know,
cardboard boxes, random stuff.
Yeah, just like that type of stuff. If you got the day before and your client said, you know, we're not going to be home, but you can do, you know, whatever, just go on the day before and look at that stuff.
Yeah, as close as you can do it to the
simple.
shoots better. So yeah, staging is important, and we've on those sites we've pruned shrubs. It's amazing the things like,
don't prune the shrubs if you're a pruning shrub client though. And that's what we're there to photograph.
No, but the you know, like I remember, like you went and you look, and it's so easy to not see certain little details. And as soon as we rolled up on the situation, I remember the palm tree in the front yard at that shoot in Florida, and I said, that's got to go. And luckily, the person at the company had along some hand shears, hand pruning clips, and we took some of that out of there. And that's another really good point. It's important, you know, for your photographer, maybe even the person from the agency that you're working with, but also someone from your company to come along with tools and different things so that we can, you know, a leaf blower, brooms, all those things that you can do, all those little touch-ups. So staging is really important. But let's talk now about props, because what I feel makes really, really great images and what makes you stand out in this ocean of sameness in our industry.
So you've talked about many times.
Yeah, I look at dozens of websites a week, and there's often these galleries like, okay, say we've gone past, you know, the bad level of the grass isn't grown in. The grass is grown in. But there's a patio. It has no furniture, or maybe it has furniture, but there's no cushions on the furniture. There's not even, you know, the step beyond that.
Chairs aren't pushed in.
There's throw cushions or throw pillows on the furniture. There's candles that match those things. There are all these little tiny details, and then that's just taking a picture of the space. On the other hand, then when you insert people into the mix, like your customers to pose like models, like there's all these little props. So let's go through this. Let's talk first about lawn care. What are some really great props to have on your photo shoots?
Yeah, I mean, for lawns themselves, we can do things where people are having picnics. We can do games for kids and families and things like that. You know, it's sometimes good if you have some of your employees there to have everything they're going to need for whatever they would do as a treatment. Yeah. So, you know, we definitely need, you know, all of like an entire truck of their stuff. Things like that. I think is probably best for like lawn care.
Yeah. I think the idea is you have the service delivery shots, everything that they need, what they would usually be using. And then on the other side of this with customers in the images, what's natural? Do you kick ball in the backyard? Do you push on a swing set?
Do you throw a ball to your dog? Do you, you know, like, are you playing tennis or not tennis, but volleyball in the background or something like that, kicking soccer balls, things like that. So like having just extra games.
Yeah, even things that are just so simple, like a really great, clean Adirondack chair.
Yeah.
Someone reading a book. Take the book along with you.
A book, probably wine glass, maybe a little table.
All those things.
All of those things.
Yeah. So you brought up wine glasses and food. I think I get most excited about the photography that we do that's for design build clients with these props, because you really have so many things when it comes to food and drink to add pops of color and life. Like this isn't an empty fire pit with no logs in it and just chairs. This is, now we're putting people in this image. And what are some of the props that we've used in these shoots?
Sometimes you just got to think of like what you would do if you were going to use the space. If there's a fire pit, we need wood. We need fire starting stuff. We need a lighter, paper, whatever.
Tools.
If there are tools, like whatever you need for actually using that. Which a lot of the times the clients have, or like your homeowner has, but like we need access to it. or bring your own, which is probably the better idea.
And the ooey gooey s'mores too.
S'mores are good to have around a fire.
All that
Wine,
stuff.
beer, unless you don't want to show alcohol, then glass of tea or something like that.
Yep.
We need some type of like food or prop to have if you're gonna have people in it to have models using. And I use the term model loosely, like we did in the other video, but. Yeah, like a lot of times people have food and drinks around a fire, so have food and drink. I mean, that's a pretty simple one. If you're gonna have like a deck or something that was built out, even if the deck or patio is something that is used as a foreground, and you did the lawn care like we talked about in the other video, having that grass as the background, showing it nice and bright green, you still need people doing stuff in the foreground. So we need food, and sometimes it's good to have a grill and have things for on the grill.
Oh,
steaks, burgers, corn, whatever.
And the color, the color that you can put in there. You think about
colors, peppers.
Yeah, hardscaping materials, gray, brown.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, very earth tones.
Yeah, I mean green for grass, but otherwise, yeah.
But you think about
browns.
all the colors that we've been able to interject in images, like salmon, that bright pink color.
Peppers. Peppers are always
red
easy.
peppers, yellow peppers, purple onions.
Apples, bright green, like Granny Smith's apples are good.
Yeah,
I found for
steaks, a big red steak, not your Impossible
Salmon.
Burger, whatever it was you were trying the other day. We're not even going to go there.
Salmon's a good one.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. So those props again, and then also we get in this getting back to those lawn care images or even just lawn areas right next to patios.
Yep.
People have this whole outdoor experience. There could be yard games that they might be playing, like cornhole. There could be, balls and frisbees and volleyball nets and all those things. Yeah. Again, what's really important, what you have to understand is when your prospective customer is seeing these images, they do want the patio, they do want the green grass, but ultimately what they're after is that experience, the thing that they can have, the life that they can live to the fullest. And you can really communicate that really well by having the right props to include on your photo shoots, and also taking the extra time a week before and even the day before these photo shoots to make sure you're getting the most for your money. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you're developing a very great list of props right now in your head. Thanks a lot. Have a really great day.